They want us to think that we're an insignificant speck of dust, but let me tell you, we are so much more than dust in the wind.
At least 4 billion useless eaters will be eliminated by the year 2050.
I'm still waiting for somebody to show me gas pressure without a container.
I personally don't believe anything they say, right down to the God they claim they worship.
None of the math adds up.
You could stack up all their math books, all their science books, and even put all their degrees stacked up on top of that, and you still wouldn't be high enough to see the curvature.
This is exactly why grounding is so important.
We see too far.
We're just regular people who know we're being lied to. We're tired of it.
The bottom line is, there's only one choice left, and that's to dismantle this whole thing from the top down.
Oh, we're not official right now?
Oh, no, we're recording. We're going. I was just going to say, for
All right.
anybody who's listening, who's been living under a rock and or smoking one, tell everyone who you are and what you do.
Sure, man. I run the Isaac's Army account on X. And like it really just became super popular in the last year when Elon took over and kind of let the algorithms run, which unfortunately I think he's starting to put a cap back on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just trying to give a big fuck you to Hollywood because of all like the terrible propaganda they push on us, like this transgender bullshit, this satanic bullshit. I'm just like sick and tired of it with millions of other people. So I think that's why it's getting such a good reception.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
We love I love me some Cappy, man.
Yeah, he was a shit, man. Like yeah, like
no filter, bro. Like just full on, and he was so smooth about it too. You know what I mean? Like it was like when I first heard, I'm like, there's no way this dude is lying. Like I never ever got that impression, you know.
Yeah.
And some people did, and I'm just like, how is that possible?
The big thing with him was like he would always tell people, go do it, look it up yourself, and like I'm one of those people that kind of got to see it for myself to believe it. And then like he would just drop those breadcrumbs and I'd go fucking down my own little rabbit holes, and I'm like, holy shit, this shit all connects, and he's not lying. So,
do you think he's still alive?
Ah, man, I don't.
You don't?
No.
You think they got him?
Yeah, I mean, my theory is like because like the more I've been learning and stuff about how the government has all these kind of fucking weapons they can use on people, like my theory is like they may have made him gone like crazy through frequencies or some shit and like killed himself. Like I don't know. I just that's like
he was going a little nutty towards the end there. He was
but
you could tell he wasn't eating right and stuff like that. Like
that last video, he was wearing it on his face, like you could see it, you know. So yeah, it's a rough one. He definitely didn't kill himself, like
no
in the regards of like his doing it by choice,
right. I don't know, man. I found it like too convenient the way it all went down, you know what I mean? And it's the fact that like he was kind of calling it.
Yeah,
I don't know. A part of me wants to say he was sending this message like he's going to go into protective custody, right?
I fucking hope so, dude.
I know, dude. I know. It's like,
and like there's that big conspiracy on the web too that like all these actors and stuff are like, do you guys buy into that?
You about to talk about like Hugh and stuff?
Yeah, like these like white hats are undercover and
portions of it. Me personally, portions of it, but not like the just generalization that everything you see is, it's all
he's been hit
right.
Yeah, right. There could be a couple of the guys, still around, but they got it like JFK is still alive and JFK.
And Trump's time
Jr.
traveling and
still
shit,
alive. And Michael Jackson's
when,
about
the
to pop
CIA
out.
kind of infiltrated that whole Q thing, and
Right,
they tried to sensationalize it and make it so fucking ridiculous that it would make the average person just be like, no way, come on.
the original drops were the 2017 4chan drops, correct? Like that's what I hear. Those were the original ones, and then like the CIA once they had to move over, they got quote unquote infiltrated, and then they had to move over to 8chan, and then that's when things started getting real weird.
Yeah.
So they feel that was the PSYOP portion of it or something, but the original ones were in fact, military comms or something of the sort, people that were tied to it, right?
And then I do kind of buy in. I think maybe there was some whistleblowers trying to get some shit out.
For sure.
Yeah.
There's too much information out there for them not to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's just think about it. The whole Great Awakening, as they call it, right? Like, that is a legit thing. That is a push by whether it's a private organization or it's, these public figures all doing this in accordance kind of with D-Class and all that.
Yeah.
Right. Like I've been to a couple events where this was a sponsored event, and the Great Awakening was like this big thing, right? Like they're pushing like a mask. I went to a mask burning, and it was all behind that and stuff like that. So there is a coordinated effort.
Yeah.
But is it like Trump and his son time traveling? You know what I mean? And Ingersoll Lockwood, knew it back then, and just I don't know, man.
I feel like there's some truth to it, but then they throw so much other garbage at it just to confuse everybody, and then nobody knows what's going on. The one thing I did find interesting, I saw recently at the entrance to the Neverland Ranch of Michael Jackson's house that he bought.
Yeah.
There's you probably seen it. It's like a child sitting on the ring, and his legs are going over, and it looks like a Q.
I have not, dude.
It looks like a Q, man, and it's like a child that's like kind of just sitting there distraught sitting on a ring. So I don't know.
Right?
Man. There could be something to it.
Yeah.
It's hard to. It's getting harder and harder to distinguish the fake from the real.
Especially with AI and shit now. Too.
Yeah.
Throw that.
You really got to have the eye for it. You really got to pick it apart. You know what I mean? But in the same sense, it's like a lot of it is good for more than just doing that, right? Like in my opinion, I'm sure you've posted some stuff too that's probably pretty questionable, but it's eye opening, right? You know what I mean? It's eye opening, and it makes people have the conversation no matter what, right?
That's like, I find like the most effective posts are like the simplest ones that like you just show somebody like, hey, take a look at that. Isn't that fucking strange? And like it just opens their brain up to like, what the fuck? That's not right. And let me go Google this. And then they go down the rabbit hole themselves. Yep. And I think that's like the most effective way, because like you can shout it from like the ceilings, like, oh, this is that, this is that, this is that, and like I said earlier, like until you see it for yourself or kind of like dissect it for yourself, that's when you really start to believe it.
What's the most filthy thing going on right now that you
oh my god, what a crazy week, huh? Jesus.
What would you say the top is right now?
Well, you have the Rothschild Jacob Rothschild dying. I mean, he's in hell right now. Getting
hopefully
he's in some dimension right now, just not enjoying it, regretting it.
Well, I mean, I'm saying I hope he's dead, right? Because I mean, there's just so much going on, so much misinformation. You really got to be like, there is this moment
really
where it's
dead?
like, exactly. I guess it's a trust me, bro moment. But yes, let's let's all raise the vibrations and say, all right, he's gone. All right, we're good. Let's move on from him, even if he is still out there.
I'm sure there's. I mean, like it's like anything. Like someone's gonna come up bigger, badder in that family and crazier. Like the new Soros kid that fucking is running around everywhere. Alex Soros. And he's dating fucking Huma,
right?
Come on. Yeah. Are they trying to fuck with us? Like
I know. This is where it's
they are.
This is
I mean, come
this
on.
is where it's like, all right, okay. Like it's
That's
so
what
ridiculous.
I said. I mean, we haven't come to peak clown world yet, but we've definitely jumped the shark with a lot of these things, man.
Dude, it's close. It's close though. There's never a dull moment. There's never a lack of content for sure.
My suggestion is just.
I mean, then you got the P Diddy thing.
Oh God!
Like that's like a whole like rap industry Epstein operation. Looks like unfolding. Like, who knows if he'll survive? I don't know if you guys saw John Cena's page. Like what they're
Oh God! What the hell is going on with that?
I have not.
Bro, it's
what happened.
He's got like an OnlyFans or some shit like that.
Dude, it's blowing my fucking mind. I thought it was like a hack, and so did X. They actually shut his page down, and then he popped back up and was like, "No, it's the real deal. Go check it out." And like, dude,
I didn't click on the link, dude. I didn't click. Did you click on the link?
No, someone sent me.
I don't want to know what I was gonna see.
Talking about cream pies and scissoring and all that kind of shit. And like the picture is like a picture of him with like an actual pie of cream like all over his face, like being a goofball and shit. But still, like to make him do that on his own personal page is fucking insane. Like he's got like 10-year-olds that are like idolizing him and like
yes, dude, that's the thing. He's been built up to be this larger than life character for the children. Yes, man.
Make-A-Wish is filthy though. It's disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. And look who's who's the number one dude. You know.
So he's the face of it now.
Requested person. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Man, the whole WWE thing.
I don't know what's going on behind that, man, because he seems like a pretty good guy, but then it comes down to that. I
have a good interview with the WWE Insider. Did you guys watch it at all in like the 2000s?
Oh yeah.
WWE?
Oh yeah. When The Rock was real big and all that,
like the early 2000s.
Remember the character Eugene, who was like retarded? He was like, he played like a retard. Like, it was incredible. Like, but I actually got to meet the guy in person, and we're gonna talk about it. He was telling me all sorts of freaking wild stories, dude. Like,
really?
Awesome. Yeah, he's actually got a YouTube channel and stuff. You could check him out. I asked him about Vince, and he's like, it's probably all true. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's dirty. Super dirty, huh?
What's up, doggy? But yeah, he was like, yeah, that's probably all true, unfortunately.
Great.
So, but yeah, I'll do an interview with him and get the inside scoop of the WWE, man. He was just the 1 hour I met him, he was telling me the most insane stories.
Well, it does seem like a lot of the really big up and coming stars out of the WWE end up getting into some.
Well, now it's
shit,
like that.
man,
Yeah.
you
You got
know?
Rock, and then now you got Cena going in the same footsteps. The whole Cena shit, like if we get back to that, is just mind blowing. Like, oh my god,
he's in some new movie coming out too, where he's dressing as like a woman and shit, like humiliation.
Well,
so he's the humiliation.
OnlyFans connection, like they have his name like the character in the movie, Ricky Stanky or some shit like that.
It's ridiculous.
So like,
this isn't all just a publicity stunt, then, is it?
No, I mean that's what it is.
Okay,
so
me,
this seems like an insane Illuminati humiliation ritual.
Right. Okay, that's what I was going to say. I was like, it's either like, that or humiliate. It's both, like, right? It's both.
To me, like, this is like some kind of like payback, or like he's trying to take the next level up, or I'm not, who knows how they operate, but we know they operate with those rituals.
Yeah, I mean, he's about due, right? If we think about it, The Rock played his role doing the Tooth Fairy, right? Running around a little tutu and doing all that. And then all of a sudden he blew up, right? Then now he's on, the Fast and Furious ones. And
dude, he's going to be our president by 2030. Like,
dude, no way. Oh, jeez. I don't think I could take another one. An over the top.
They're already like massaging it and getting it ready. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, like a month or so ago, he was like at the Pentagon, like meeting with like officials from the army and shit. I'm like, what are they doing? And they're trying to make him that middle candidate that's going to be like, no, thank you. I want nothing to do with that.
What a tool bag.
Yeah.
I lose so much respect for people that do that. Like when Schwarzenegger, when he first went into California, as a governor and all that, I was like, I don't like you anymore, dude. Like, I can't stand you.
Yeah, no, it sucks. Cool. I mean,
and then look at all the crap he went through after that,
Yeah. Some of these people just need to stay in their lane, and that's it,
Yeah, Hollywood is it's a trash heap, dude. It really is. Like, and when
They're
you
the last people that should be telling us like morals.
yes,
or
thank
anything like that, you know?
you. Thank you. If
They
they
are-
actually stayed out of it, it wouldn't be that bad because then you would just look over it, right? And like, okay, this is for entertainment value. I'll get a laugh at it.
I'm
whatever.
not
They can
saying
crack
like I
jokes.
need like Christian TV or anything like that, but like
Right.
give me a middle ground, you know, like
Mhm.
quit pushing like some crazy shit on them, transgender shit, for example, like on us.
Dude,
Mm.
nothing is what, if you've ever even been to Hollywood, nothing is as it seems in Hollywood, man. It just seems like a giant scam around there, and everyone's trying to pull the wool over your eyes.
All the people there too. I lived in Long Beach for like 2 years.
Nice.
And just the fakest people in the world like that live around there.
It's like
They're
MK
all
Ultra
homeless.
abuse or something, man.
Yeah, they're all going through it.
We all
California, just in general, I don't know if they're ever going to be able to get back.
I hope so, man. Like,
Me
I got
too. It's
family
a
out
beautiful
there,
place.
Like,
Oh, you got
San
family
Diego,
up there?
yeah, San Diego's awesome. Like,
Yeah,
I
It
used
is.
to-
San Diego's
it was.
beautiful, man.
I haven't been there since like 17, so I don't know how bad it's gotten. 'Cause
It's
right
bad,
next to
man.
the border. Yeah, it's right next to the border.
It's real bad, and it's so beautiful, and it's like the breadbasket. You know, my theory, I think they just all want it for themselves. They want everyone to leave. You know, it's
make it
overpopulated in a lot of areas.
Honestly-
just make it horrible, and then it's the most beautiful place you could ever
Yeah,
live.
Perfect
They
weather.
can have LA. Like, it's yours.
LA's an apocalypse, dude.
Well,
Like,
yeah, you know, it's a big state. It's a really big state.
Right. With many
Plenty of other places to go.
Yeah.
But that's the spot where the
dynamic.
weather is always perfect, though, down in LA. So,
It really is.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
more south to San
That's-
Diego
I'm
too.
sure there's
because
no
LA's
magic.
got that.
There's no magic behind that at all. At all. The
Mhm.
weather's
Yeah.
always perfect there.
What
You guys think it's going to
Alfred,
break
are we
off
talking
eventually?
about? weather
Yeah,
manipulation?
dude, we're still waiting for it to break off, man.
Yeah.
It's
The big
coming.
one.
It's
Big
been
one.
about 30 years since they told us about that.
Dude,
so.
that and Miami's thinking. I told Ted all the time. I'm like, bruh.
You better
We were
get
as
out
I was living down there by him, and I'm like, man, I just want. We'll go to the highest mountain, which is a dump down there.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it is the dump.
It
I was like, I will
Literally.
watch it go
Yeah.
underwater
Landfill, yeah.
from the Dade Broward line, dude. Just tank it, man. Like I won't miss it. Yeah, dude. I wouldn't even go into Dade. Like the last few years I was living there, I was like, I'm done. So I've been
Yeah, I
waiting
know
on
a lot
that
of
and
people
Cali
like
breaking
that.
off.
I'm in Tampa, and I know
Oh, word.
at least
Mhm.
3 or 4 people that left Miami
Oh,
because
yeah.
of exactly what you're saying.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
just
it's
like, I
bad,
couldn't
dude.
do it anymore. They're like, I had to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, it's
And,
getting
oh,
yeah,
worse.
it's bad,
I'm,
like-
I'm not in Miami, but I'm fucking close enough. Trust me.
He's
All
close
those
enough.
big
Yeah.
cities, man. I mean, it's beautiful in Portland too, and that place is just
Oh,
a
man, what a
hole,
shame.
man.
I used to
What a
love
shame.
upper Northwest. I wouldn't even go now. I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
You know,
Portland's
there's still
like
a lot
another
of good
world,
people
dude.
there, man. You know, it's just in
know,
the
that's
big
what sucks.
cities, which is majority of the population, and they control the politics. And people who live in the rural areas don't want any part of it. But
Yeah.
dude, I mean, it just
Well, that's
shows
kinda
the
how
way
New
they
York
run
is,
that.
too. Like originally where I'm from, like Buffalo area, you know, it's more like blue collar. It's not like these liberals in New York City.
Mhm.
And yeah, they get screwed over because, you know, New York City dominates the politics in New York.
Mhm.
So
I got
yeah, there's a lot
trapped
of
in
good
Buffalo for a week once. It was nice. I liked it.
Dude, it's a beautiful place.
It's cool. It's down to earth. Everyone's down to
Right.
earth. They're chill, you know.
Yeah, upstate's a totally different different place.
Mhm.
The different entity than New York City.
Oh yeah.
You got Niagara Falls there. That's a cool
Mhm.
place.
Yeah.
That's cool,
Yeah.
man. So speaking of, you were talking about people who you've talked to before. I heard an awesome rumor that you interviewed Megan Walsh.
Yes.
How did
Yeah.
that-
Yeah. We're
how
gonna be
did
doing
that
some
go?
stuff with her again. Like, you know, I grew up like watching her father. Like,
Yeah.
I loved that show. Like, that was
Mhm.
fucking the cool. I'd watch it with my dad on probably like every Saturday night when it come
America's
out.
Most Wanted.
Mhm.
dude.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And when I heard her story like a year or two ago, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I got to talk to her. And then we got to talking, and like, it's undeniable shit like that she's brought to light, like about her dad and the connections and stuff. Like, it's pretty crazy. Like, he's accepted awards with Hunter Biden on child trafficking. Like he's got deep connections to some really messed up stuff, and
wow,
she's doing like an expose about her brother. Obviously, he was Adam, the one who got murdered, that like made John famous. She's wondering if that was like something else,
some sort of
maybe her dad was involved.
Yeah, exactly. Like like this guy became like the face of law enforcement, and he wasn't even he was a hotel guy. He was getting ready to open a casino or some shit when
oh really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, so this dude had like mega bucks
in the Bahamas like the day before. Megan, if I get the dates wrong, I'm sorry, but it's somewhere along that line.
Oh, before the disappearance or before
it was like a couple days before the disappearance. He's in the Bahamas working on this deal to make this resort casino, and then like 2 days later his kid goes missing, and Megan was like really trying to like wonder like what the fuck really was going on, in the Bahamas where these islands are. The kid goes missing a couple days later, so just
nobody ever found him, or what was the story?
No, they found him like decapitated and stuff. It was
that was huge when I was a kid, because it was in Florida. Like my freaking parents were like, "You're not allowed to go anywhere. This is what happens." I was like, "Damn, man."
Yeah, it was a little before my time, but everyone I talked to around your age said like that was like huge.
Yeah, no, it was like it was a marker. Basically, it was a game changer, really. And even at the time, we didn't have the internet like we have now. We didn't have that fast response, fast info out there as soon as it happens kind of thing. But things stepped up at that point. That's when they really started doing, you know what I mean? Like getting quicker with the emergency alerts, and you know what I mean? Like on television and all that stuff. So it was a game changer.
A whole nother like rabbit hole, the whole Amber Alert thing, and
that's what I meant. Yeah.
Dude,
I know.
That's constantly evolving too. You heard there's an Ebony Alert now too.
Excuse me?
Did you see that?
No, I did not.
I mean, I just don't. To me, I don't understand what it matters what your race is, but the Ebony Alert is when a black person or African American goes missing. It's like, what's the difference? Is there going to be like what are they?
Wow.
I mean.
So because they're not Amber, they're Ebony.
Yeah, you should care more about it, or what? No, you should care the same no matter what.
That's racist.
It's just another divisive thing.
No, you said earlier, Rufus.
I didn't make it up, dude. I just think that everyone's equal.
No,
right?
he's
Everyone's
humans,
equal.
man.
We're all
Everyone's
human.
equal is being racist now. Don't you know that?
Except for like Jacob Roth.
Except for the
what
lizard
even is
man.
why'd they pick Amber anyways?
It was a girl's name, I think, who the parents who were behind founding it and pushing it. That's what it was.
Ebony was probably a girl's name then, huh?
No.
Nah.
I don't think so.
I'm going with no.
I don't know.
Ivory.
You sure these days.
Yeah, that's true. It's just one of those another thing.
You remember earlier when you said we haven't quite peaked?
We're getting close.
We can reach the ceiling at least. We can reach it.
Yes, dude. You can feel the shark's jaws.
How close
at you
do you think Cappy was though? Because he was dropping a lot of like insider info about these Hollywood types that were getting not, you know what I mean? They were trying to make deals, not making deals.
The most intriguing one is that Jim Carrey called to me when he was talking about that. That seems so genuine. Like when he was saying like, this guy called me and like he's worried about like apologizing or anything. He's just worried about saving his own ass. Like,
yeah,
when he said it and it came off, I'm like, man,
it's like, dude, if you eat kids, you're gonna die. Like,
exactly.
I was just like, damn. Like, that man just I'm like, again, where are all the defamation lawsuits? If these people are still around, where are all the defamation lawsuits, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and he's not the only one that said things like this.
Well, no, I've been interviewing this guy twice now. D. Kelly. He's like a former CIA NSA contractor. He's like the originator of the Occupy the Getty movement, if you're familiar with that, where they think there's like an entire like underground city underneath the Getty, and they keep children underneath there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So yeah, what the hell was I about to say about him? I lost my train of thought.
You said you've been talking to him a couple times and getting.
But yeah, he's been bringing up this whole movement thing about the kids, and what was the question again? Shit, I smoked too much weed.
There's no such thing.
Right.
Oh no, I was just saying, like the Hollywood types, how come they aren't coming out with all these defamation lawsuits?
Oh
yeah,
that's okay, exactly. Yes. So he's been like defaming the Gettys who own that museum for the last 20, 30 years. And his big thing is like, why don't they sue me? Yeah. Sue me. He's like, they don't want discovery. And like he'll go out of his way to be like, the Gettys are pedophiles, the Gettys are this. Like he'll call them everything under the sun. And, like putting it out there as hard as he can, saying like, sue me, sue me, sue me. And they won't even think about suing him. And, which is crazy.
That's the answer, dude. You got to just anytime someone attacks you, you got to counter sue their ass back.
That's what America, anyways. Right?
IRS comes after you. You got to file another lawsuit that they're like lying to you about a bunch of shit.
We're
spending the money on,
Yeah, well, that's when discovery happens. And,
exactly.
And that's when you don't want something. They'd rather not have that shit happen.
Exactly. So then they won't even come after you.
And that's why he's been like banging the horn on, like, hey, I'm telling you, this shit's real. Like they would have sued me by now. They would have took me out by now. Yeah. He literally has dedicated his life to it. He used to make like laser weapons and shit for the CIA. And
the CIA does not have laser weapons. All right.
It's community notes said so.
Yeah. But yeah, dude, wild dude. Like he was talking about like remote viewing and stuff like that. It's kind of blowing everybody's mind.
Oh, dude, because they have the technology that they can use like vibrations to see through the walls of your house.
Well, remote viewing was a real thing. Like Operation Stargate, you can look it up. It was like in the 60s.
We've had people on talking about it.
Yeah, like that was a real deal thing. Like they were recruiting psychics, like so there's got to be some truth to it if they were going down that hole. I mean, and we know these operations, they say they stopped, like MK Ultra or like Operation Mockingbird are obviously still going on.
Yeah.
Right. They just went public with it. That's all.
Yeah. They just said, oh yeah, we did this in the 70s. We tried it for a couple months and didn't work out, but
no, that's when they infiltrated the media and went ahead and and just moved it full swing, and we've been under it ever since. We still are.
Yeah,
that's no doubt in my mind. Because when you break out of it, you're like, holy crap, man! And then you really start seeing it, right? Like you start seeing this crap for what it really is. And if you're not laughing at it, you're throwing something at the television, or you're just not watching at all, right? But
was this?
No, that's what, laughing at it's the best thing you can do, because like I feel like they're mocking us all the time, so it's like,
oh, that's a good point.
You know what I mean? When I see these humiliation rituals, I love posting them because it's like, I hope these people see it. And like the one time they actually did around the New Year, Kid Cudi saw this. I don't know if you know who he is. He's some big time rapper in Hollywood.
Yeah,
he actually played in the new House movie or House Party movie. And like he played an Illuminati character, go figure.
Big surprise.
They have to. They went to like an Illuminati party, and like he was like the head of it, and it was bizarre. But anyways, I posted a video of him on SNL like from 2 years ago, where he's in like a floral dress and he's like singing this song.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So he goes on to say, like, he responds to it. He's like, says some real gay shit about gargling on his mayo and like and then he's just like, this was the proud black man moment, and you're gonna try and take that away from me.
Wow.
He's like, and like and my mind like blew, like when I saw that. I'm like, this dude is claiming this is like, he was portraying a white guy wearing a dress, because apparently he was doing a tribute to Kurt Cobain, who like wore a dress in like 92 or some shit.
Right before they blew up.
Yes, exactly.
Interesting.
Him, anti-gay everybody was back then, So Cuddy claims, oh, I was paying this tribute to Kurt Cobain. That's why I wore that dress. That was a proud black man moment. How dare you take that? And dude, the backlash he got from the black community was insane. There was this Instagram page with like 2 million followers, like some hip hop page, and they posted like the whole thing. I went and like read the comments because someone sent it to me. Actually, Dom Luker sent it to me of all people. Like,
oh yeah, we got to talk about him too later. Don't let me.
Yes, that's how you pronounce it, Dom Luker.
I don't know, dude.
Luke Ray.
We're not getting into this, bro. We're not getting into it. We got into this.
Yeah, we had like a 5-minute conversation back and forth last time when we came up. It was just like,
how do you pronounce it?
But he DM'd me and he's like, dude, look at this shit. Because like whatever, all the controversy aside with him, he's been nothing but nice to me. But
I have no doubt he's a nice.
That's cool, man.
I have no doubt he's a nice dude. That's not part of.
I think he's just might be useful for some people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, when you get up that big, dude, it's coming. From every direction, you know what I mean? Better be able to back it up, you know what I mean?
And better get ready, dude. It's coming for him, dude. You're almost at 100K, dude. Like, wait till like once you get like the hate just starts pouring in no matter what. Like, like you thought they were on your side or not. Like, it's just kind of how it works.
we were talking about and everyone's a shill and everyone is an agent or whatever. And you know what?
Yeah, I've been called a Fed so many times. I'm like, bro, do you know what I've been through in my life? Like, I wish I could explain.
I know they
like,
don't get it, man. They don't get it. That's what you know what I always say. I'm like, please show some proof that I'm a Fed because I would love to see it. That'd be so awesome.
Exactly.
I'd be like, holy crap, how'd you do that?
I would help you try and find this. Like,
let's do it,
oh my god. Yeah, no, it's funny how it's the internet, dude. You gotta have thick skin and shit if you're gonna go on there.
Oh yeah, sure. We laugh about it. It doesn't bother us at all. I mean, being flat earthers, you can't.
Yeah, if anything, be flattered. Somebody's taking the time out of their day to shit on you. You know.
Yeah, exactly. You took the time. I'm living in your head, man.
That's true. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, the Cappy and Q thing. So, I mean, you don't think that possibly he could be a part of, or at least tied in with that?
Well, I mean, he called it like the greatest military operation of all time. You know, I think he was quoted as saying that. Man, there's so many more people that know more about Cappy than me.
Right.
And I need to. There's actually some people that reached out to me that worked with him, and they're like,
really?
Yeah, I need to get a space together with those people. That's what I'm gonna do this month.
That'd
So who is he anyways, and how did he get like entangled with all the Hollywood? Was he? I mean, I never saw him in anything.
Actor, so he was like a small time actor.
Yeah, okay.
He was getting small roles and stuff.
You've seen him, but you probably didn't know it was him.
Yes, probably.
Mm-hmm. Like he was
like in the Sandlot or something.
I think he was in like the Avengers, like as like a 2-minute like real quick fucking thing.
Waiting was a pretty big one for him, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Waiting, he was the guy that couldn't pee in public or whatever. Wasn't that him?
Was that him?
I think so.
I don't even know.
No?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you know what? You remember the movie Waiting?
You can pull up his idea or whatever.
I'm pretty sure that was what he was most well known.
Oh, okay. For. And then he was like best friends with Seth Green.
Well, he's best friends with Michael Jackson's daughter. And there was like a big controversy that he tried to choke her. And that's when like TMZ picked it up and really started smearing him. And
is that really Michael Jackson's daughter though, with the blonde hair, blue eyes?
I thought his balls got cut off like when he was a kid. Like didn't that the rumor like that his dad like had castrated him so he could hit the high notes?
Yes.
That's the first time I've ever heard of that one, but now it shocks me.
Dude, all I can see. Hold on, let me see. Oh wait, he was in Thor. That's what it was.
Why he couldn't hit the lows? Yeah.
Isaac Cappy was in Thor.
Really? Thor, yes, Thor.
And a movie called Fanboys, The Babysitter, Terminator Salvation.
Salvation.
Breaking Bad, an episode apparently.
All right.
Young Gun.
So yeah,
he was in there. He was mixing it up with these guys, so he's brushing elbows.
Yeah.
He got
some
baby penis.
Seth Green. You know, Seth Green is obviously
a pedo.
bizarre, weird dude. Like,
I mean, come on, Robot Chicken.
Oh yeah, and then
Chicken, and
bro,
then he's talking about
right when my account started to like really go off. I had like 10,000 followers or something. I saw he was selling pizza NFTs. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck?
Hey, you see what I'm saying though, right? Like with all the information out there, all this stuff going on, right? And then they're gonna go out there and do that.
That's what I was.
Yeah, no wonder they cost No wonder they cost $50,000 a piece.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
for a picture of a pizza.
Either they're that sick and twisted, and they need the publicity that bad, or
it's true.
Like,
or no, but then I saw this other connection, like during that same time, like the Church of Satan came after me, and they started like, I got in like a Twitter war with them, and then I click on their page because I was following Seth Green, and it shows, it shows like who's following who. It shows Seth Green follows the Church of Satan. I'm like, son of a bitch!
Big surprise!
I'm like, this is crazy. Yeah. And then I did a snapshot and posted that, and then like he immediately blocked me after that.
Isn't that satisfying a little bit?
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, for sure.
Not.
But I would have loved to keep giving it to him.
Yeah,
that bastard.
Right. Where are these people now? I haven't seen him.
They just disappear, man.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, maybe they are Git mode. Who knows? I hope those people are right.
Right? It's just funny because they're all like, "Oh yeah," but then they start getting like too deep for me. You know what I mean? Oh well, they cloned them, and the clones out there now making movies. So I'm just like, I could probably go with like AI a little more.
Yeah, I can entertain a lot.
I mean, there's some questionable dudes out there that is like, I don't know, you don't even look like the same guy anymore.
No,
but I don't think they got the cloning down where it looks like exact. You can always tell something's a little off.
Biden is that the actual?
Absolutely not.
Dude.
Absolutely
not. There's no way. So
not in hell.
With the ball chin, with the ball. You remember the ball chin, dude? What the hell was that?
Off him, like, you can see Anthony blinking in the back. He's like, "Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck!"
That was like Mrs. Doubtfire when the mask starts like falling off.
Yeah, dude. So it's there. That's what I'm saying. There are a lot of parts to it that I'm like, okay, come on, man. This is real. But then, like when they start getting into the whole backstories, and this is the craziness
that's part
of
the deception, though, because how do you mask a few true instances? You flood a bunch of fake instances out there, so people go, "Oh, that one's clearly fake. That one's clearly fake. All of this is fake," and you just ignore it. Right. When there's some that are obviously true. Biden is not Biden. I don't know if it's an actor in a mask or a total cyborg. Who the hell knows at this point? All I know is they have technology 100 years past what they tell us. So who knows, man?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That I believe.
No, I'm 100% with you guys. There's no way that's the Biden of like even the vice presidency. Like,
it's different.
There's no
ears, different bone structure, slightly in some places. The chin, like.
I mean, when he first got elected, there were so many tells, right? Like, I don't know if you remember, Dave, but there was a lot of things going on. Like when they were first undoing all of his, Trump's executive orders, and they were in the Oval Office, but it wasn't the Oval Office at all, right? It was just like this. I don't know. It was
it was like a stage. Yeah, it was like a whole.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking right? Yeah, and like there's lighting. You could see the lighting and stuff. Like it was just. It
looked
was
like the set of Seinfeld or something.
Yeah,
fourth wall back there.
Yeah, dude.
You've just
isn't that where he was getting like vaccinated too? Like on that.
Yeah.
And his tattoo's gone, or it's like he doesn't even have a tattoo on his arm anymore.
Oh, that's gone.
Then they said like a nurse would never vaccinate it, like would stick a needle in like the way that they did to him at that point. Like she didn't even like do anything. She was just like
right. Yeah. There was no prep for
the EpiPen or something.
How did she do it when you got your vaccine, bro?
Oh,
no, I don't know if you are. I was just messing with you,
dude. I unfortunately had to take that shit.
I'm sorry, man. I was totally fucking around.
No, dude. I don't shy from it. Dude, it was. I mean, like the world was fucked right at that point. So my wife was living in in Ecuador, in a different country, and
I bet that was hard, man.
I couldn't go to see her. She couldn't come here unless because like it was a whole fuck story, dude. If you try to do things the right way, let's just say in this country, like marriage wise and shit with a foreigner, and you do it the right way, they will fucking jam you up. You go through the southern border with like a backpack full of fentanyl, like they're gonna welcome you, give you a credit card.
You're all good. Yeah, for sure.
Welcome.
So they jammed me and my wife up for like 3 years, and then COVID happened like right in the middle of it.
Oh man.
And there was no way for me to visit her, no way for her to come to the U.S. I mean, the only way for me to visit her was to get the vaccine. It was
Are you
like,
doing okay though? Do you feel anything?
Yeah, so like I had a bunch of people kind of give me some remedies and stuff. So I actually took the J&J one.
Oh,
you're
probably way better off then, honestly.
Yeah.
I did I was like, I'm not taking no mRNA shit. Like, cool. There was no way in hell I could bring myself to go get 2 of them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like it was like destroying me inside. I had to go get 1. So like the J&J was a one and done. So I went and got that thing, dude. My left arm was like paralyzed for like 3 months. I had like no feeling in my hand. It was like the craziest thing. And people were telling me I'm crazy. Oh, you're just, you were expecting an adverse reaction. So this is why. I'm like, dude, fuck you. Like you don't.
I know what I feel. No, I mean, I know a lot of people who ended up having to get it. My brother-in-law, actually, he's a great dude. His family's everything, and at the very beginning, he was in a Walgreens or CVS or something, and literally the pharmacist was going around to people just in the store and was like, "Don't you want to protect your family?" Blah blah. Like, really went at him, and he gave in.
Oh, it's like walking around with free samples.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't you want,
dude?
It's crazy.
Yeah. Whoops.
Dude,
I went to like a holistic doctor like the day after I got it, and he gave me like this stuff. He's like, it was called like Thula or something. I don't know. I'll DM it to you.
Nice.
I have a bottle of it somewhere. And
dude, if you get a chance, check out our episode on Monday. We actually go into pretty detail about a guy who knows a lot about like detoxing yourself from vaccines.
Yeah. And then I heard lysine also, or lysine, is a good thing to be taking.
Look into zeolites.
Zeolites, okay. Yeah, no, unfortunately, fuck, dude, we took that crap. Yeah, that was like the Latin. Like, if you were to ask me, like, I was, but it was like either like a divorce or
no.
Yes, dude, I know
a reason. You had a reason, man.
The most people I know that took it was for travel reasons at that point.
I wouldn't have done it just to go, I wanted to go see the jungle. Like if my fucking wife was there and they wouldn't let her come to the country because of paperwork. And it was like, are you kidding? And like, we didn't know how long it was going to go on. Like we thought maybe this could go forever, like the way they were talking.
Yeah, that was part of it. Make everybody feel like this is it. This is your only hope.
Had I known they were going to like lift the ban like 8 months later, like we would have just bit the bullet, I'd have been like, babe,
that's part
of it. But you know what, dude? Is I would have done the same shit, man. No doubt. Like for my family or my wife like that, dude, I'll die right there. Like
that's what I'm saying. That's what I felt like. I'm like, you know what? If I got a short lifespan because of it now, fuck it. Let's go out with a bang.
Dude.
No, if I was
what's
in
the
your
point
position,
of living?
I would have done the same thing, honestly.
And that was another reason I came back so angry with this account. Like I got reinstated right when I got back to the U.S. because I moved to Ecuador. For like a good year and a half till then everything settled and her paperwork came through and we came back to the US and like it was like bizarre. Like 4 days after I got back to the US, they reinstated the account. Like after it, I gained like 7,000 followers and then they banned me for life again. And then Elon like officially bought it and I was waiting forever him to reinstate it. I'm like, he's never going to. And then as soon as I got back to the U.S., they popped it back on. I'm like, all right, fuck it, game on, man. Fuck these people.
We want answers, motherfucker.
Yeah. Best hashtag ever. So
so that's actually going to be the name of a show that I'm going to be starting in like the middle of this month. Been trying to get like a big long list of good. It's going to be like an interview kind of based show, just kind of all over the place, different topics. Like I was telling you that wrestler and stuff. I want to interview him, talk to him about Vince and stuff like that.
Awesome. You're way more prepared than we were.
Kato Kalin.
Oh, what?
Kato Kalin?
Yeah. Me. So I'm like, I gotta reach out to this dude. He was fucking like hilarious. He's one of my like first kind of memories of like watching mainstream media and shit. And that, you know,
He must look like Bruce Jenner now. He was always.
It's
cut his
Kate
hair
Jenner.
like he cut his hair.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he looks all right. But
Okay.
he's so funny. He's still like got like a funny page. You can go find him. Like
Really,
he
it's
just
just
like random goofy ass shit. But
he always looked like this burnt leather California surfer. Like
yeah, exactly, dude. Just burnt out of his mind.
Yeah.
Imagine being thrown
I'm
into
excited
that.
to shoot the shit with him. Yeah.
Oh my God! What that you want to talk about one of the first movies? That was a movie. That whole thing from the chase, from the everything.
Oh yeah,
right?
It
It never
for
stopped.
TV, right? Yeah, made
Yeah,
for
dude. It was.
TV
It was.
to divide the country on race and shit.
Oh yeah, dude. That was the. You're right. Yeah, that was the. That's definitely a shot right there.
Dude, I was in elementary school and they literally brought the TV in
Bro,
to like
same
for
Yeah.
the jury.
Dude, I was in
Yeah.
sixth
Insane.
grade.
Anytime they bring the TV in, you know that's like the
Psyop.
biggest
Dude, I forgot
freaking
about
psyop.
Bro, I was in sixth grade. They did the same thing. My teacher rolled that thing in, and like, you know, she was a cool teacher. Like, she probably smoked sticks and like was like drinking like beer. Like,
That's cool, man.
like she was one of those that had the real raspy voice and shit. But
Sit
she
down,
rolled that thing
David.
in like, yeah, I'll never forget that though. Like, we didn't even understand what was going on really.
Yes.
Like,
I was literally in elementary school and we definitely didn't understand. It's like why you got to interrupt the day. And they brought actually all the classes together in one room and then they probably didn't, they were limited on TVs.
Yeah, that's
back
what it was.
then, but they
just
brought us
wanted-
all
Did the
together.
same thing with the Challenger.
Yeah.
Whoop.
And 9/11, I was in I think freshman year. 9/11, they
really?
were still
School
rolling.
already.
yeah.
I was out. Yeah.
They had to end it though because you can't roll the TVs in anymore. So you know it lost its effect.
I was going to this Catholic school and when I was in 8th grade and like the nuns came in and like they told us like what happened. They're like, we're not going to tell the younger kids because they're not going to understand. And they basically cut the day. They cut the day short that day. I remember like everybody got picked up
9/11?
early. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't go back to my house because we lived like super close to a power plant in Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we couldn't go back there
Oh wow. Okay.
for like a full day because they were worried, about more shit happening. I guess.
Yeah. More exercises.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, exactly right.
They weren't worried about more shit happening. They're like, oh, we're at the bottom of the itinerary. Nothing else is going to happen.
Yeah.
Maybe the poor bastard in like the orange vest was, like he didn't know what the hell was
So
going
many
on.
of them, man.
You can't go to your neighborhood.
I remember the Oklahoma City bombing. I was so young, but I still
Is
remember
that
that
the-
too. And they were like closing the daycares in town, and
Is that
like
the
thinking
one
they're
where
gonna
they,
because it hit a daycare, I think, and then they said they were like targeting daycares.
Oh, yeah. Of
Yeah.
course. There was a
Yeah.
daycare in the building.
That was the one in '93, I think.
It's the one that they
Yeah,
blew
93,
up to get rid of the Whitewater evidence, right? Pretty sure.
Allegedly.
Hillary Clinton Whitewater evidence.
Timothy McVeigh too. He was like
No.
close to my
I would
hometown.
never do that.
Who's that?
McVeigh,
Oh yeah. Oh,
fall boy.
CIA?
Yeah.
Or the
Yeah,
Fed?
the fall
Fed
guy.
McVeigh?
The one you ever see the videos of him come out where he was in what the fuck is it? The Texas where they burned all those children alive?
Waco?
Yeah.
Oh, Waco,
In Waco,
yeah,
he was out
yeah.
there selling stickers and shit because he was a patriot, and they're like, "Look, he was here, linked to it." Like,
Yeah.
perfect.
Oh,
That's
man.
perfect. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
If you go
That's-
back
yeah.
and watch the news footage of Waco, you see Timothy McVeigh there. He's there selling
He was a
stickers
Fed.
and shit on the hood of his car.
Damn right.
I know. That's what I'm
Wow.
saying. They had the foresight to
Wow.
plug him in because they knew they
Yeah,
were
I
gonna
mean, he
use
worked
him
in
for
the
something else.
military and everything. He was former military, so like he could have,
Right.
he was probably part of the plan the whole time.
That's the thing. It's like, where does the line draw?
It never stops, man.
Yeah, like it's so blurred now between actors, like crisis actors, and like legit people. You know what I mean? Like it's you can't really tell who's who, the difference between the two anymore. It's getting so crazy, dude. Like some of those school shootings and
I
stuff
love
like
how
that.
they just ignore it. They literally ignore like it's the evidence is there. It's like these people are showing up at all these
Christ, I know.
events, the exact same person, and they just ignore it. That's all they can do.
I know, dude. It's the most crazy shit. And then if you try to show somebody who's like completely oblivious to all that, like they still ignore it. They're just like, oh no.
Well, that's like the thing with AI, though, and that's what blurs the lines too. It's
it's gonna get even crazier, dude. Imagine the next 5 years, dude. Like, what's gonna like? You're not gonna be able to differentiate like what somebody says. Like they need to put it. I don't know, dude. What do you guys think? That they need to like put a halt to this shit? And, like,
yeah.
Right? I mean, like,
absolutely, dude. Right now, like it's
probably
either
been
now
going on ever since the internet was invented. They got that technology.
We don't have. We don't know how long.
I mean, they already can do it now. They can take our voices from our conversation, and they could make a video of us saying the most crazy shit ever.
Joe Rogan's voice is literally an AI selection now. Like, I see tons of videos with Joe Rogan's voice over it. I'm like, that's totally not Joe Rogan's voice. But it's Joe
I've
Rogan's
been tricked
voice.
a couple times. Yeah, somebody's like sent me shit. They're like, "Oh, look at this Rogan clip," and I'm like,
"Yeah,
that's some crazy shit they're talking about." Then, like, I go and look at the comments, and it's like, "Oh yeah, that's his AI."
You gotta listen to the inflection. It's always the only thing they can't match is someone's inflection, their speech pattern, the sound, all that shit's perfect.
Or breathing. Yeah, breathing and long pauses and stuff like that. They can't really get that down. But
like you said, imagine 5 more years.
Yeah. Or they probably can, but they just haven't released it to us yet.
Or they have, they just haven't told us that's what it is.
They're doing it on television, that's for sure. I mean,
on television they mastered it.
Dude, you can see it sometimes, like where it screws up a little bit, like you know what I mean, especially around their necks and stuff. It's like you see this like weird stuff happening. Oh, I remember one time I was like eating dinner while I was watching, and I'm like, I told my wife, I'm like, look at this dude. And it was like his head was just like a triangle. It was the weirdest looking thing. And his body would move, but it didn't. You know what I mean? And it was like, wow, but his lips were moving, and all these facial things going on. And we were just stunned, dude. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Where does it end? Yeah.
I've seen multiple things like that where it's like mind blowing, and like you go rewatch it.
Yeah, and we're laughing now, right? But there's people that are like taking in every word of this like it's real news, and and people are still wearing masks. Holy shit! Like it's insane, dude. They're masking up for disease X now.
I know, dude. People, I knew, like, when this happened, I remember saying to my buddy, I'm like, dude, people are going to be psychologically just messed up, like, from this whole thing. Like,
maybe
no matter how it shakes out.
Dude, that's the thing, man. That's the most unfortunate thing is, we all know the lockdown's over, and I really hope that no one's going to ever go along with it again. But the effects from it are so far still ingrained in everyone, man, and the mental problems, the drug abuse, the alcoholism, on top of, inflation and the way they control the money supply too, and how we
the
survive.
We're just starting to feel them,
traumatized, man. Yeah. I've lost so many more people. I've lost many people to suicide, many young people younger than me to drug and alcohol abuse since that happened. And I just feel like everyone just kind of sat around and it got normalized to just sit around and drink and do drugs all day. Yeah. And what it did to people's psyche, man. It's so fucked up. I'm there's nothing more in my life that I'm more pissed off about than that, man.
100%. And that goes to the point, like, I get a lot of DMs from people that get like real freaked out about like this information of Illuminati and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, I feel bad for those people that
what do you say to them, man?
I'm just like, man, you got to be able to, like, if you can't do this research and like want to understand it and then like be able to like shut it off and go talk to your wife and have a normal life and outside of that, like it's not, maybe this isn't for you.
Take a step back, man.
Yeah.
Some people aren't,
but it's a shame. Some people they can't just turn it off for a minute and still know what's going on.
Fear.
I think you got to just learn to understand and appreciate this world for what it really is. I mean, I don't know how you stand on the flat earth or anything like that, man. But ever since this is 100% like, this is what it is. You just kind of got to learn to appreciate it for what it is, and it doesn't make life any more less valid or less important, and your relationships still matter, and almost everything matters more to me now than it did before. But you do have to step it back and just learn to appreciate it for what it is, man.
It's
not
so
what they fucking told us, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. It's not so much the shape or actual shape, it's the lie. The biggest lie ever, and that's just like everything kind of comes underneath that, you know what I mean? And knowing that you don't have to live the lie once you choose not to accept it, right? And I guess that's what Dave's kind of saying too, is like these people that just can't handle it. They can't process it. They can't do it. A lot of it's just fear. Like, you mean to tell me that I'm not really free? You mean to tell me that I don't really have control? It's like, and then they start freaking out, and it's like, whoa, calm down. You're on the path now to get in control. You are the path to free your mind. You know what I mean? Don't stop now. But some people, like you said, just can't handle it.
They go into this paranoia thing. And
yes, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you come to that realization, and then it's like, well, everything's crazy, and
everything's a psyop.
Everything's a psyop, and then they like believe every fucking thing that they see too.
Yeah.
Man, don't do that. Don't be that person where you just everything you see, you're like the sky is falling. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah,
we're all gonna die.
Like, question everything, but like for some people, maybe not. Like,
right, Dave? You know anybody that got super black pilled they were like red pill, but they got super black pilled?
Oh
and
yeah,
you just can't, you can't even talk to them anymore.
Don't take the black pill, guys.
During COVID, that happened with a couple people. Yeah,
that's rough too. That's like the other extreme. It's like, all right, dude.
Like you think I'm fucking like no hope. Like I can't even. We can't even have a conversation, bro. Like you think Britney Spears is the same Britney Spears? Like no,
something's wrong with you. So what was the first thing? This obviously wasn't the first thing that got you into conspiracies and seeing this crap, or you wouldn't have been able to handle it. So what woke you up to the fact that things aren't what they seem, at least?
So yeah, I do remember distinctly. Actually,
nice.
It wasn't 9/11. It was like a year or two after 9/11. So I was like, I think I was like 13, maybe like freshman year. I heard on like the local radio, these guys shredding Reagan. They're like, if you go home and you got the copy of The Little Mermaid, there's a whole bunch of penises on the cover. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, no way. And I knew like my mom saved all these tapes and shit. So I ran, like as soon as I got home, I'm like looking through them all. I find it. And I'm just like, oh my God, like these are all penises on here, dude. I'm like,
it was the penises on Little Mermaid that did it for you, dude.
That was it, dude. Like I heard the guys on the radio mention it, and like I was, 13, super impressionable at the time. Like I just wanted to know, penises are funny too at that age. You're just like, oh
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, dude. That's when I realized that everything is not what it seems.
That's awesome. It's the best.
Yeah,
it's the best origin
dude,
story
in the movie,
ever,
when he's marrying the Ariel and the prince.
Oh yeah, and then the thing flashes up real quick. Yeah.
Yes, and then dude, if you look, the guy who's marrying him has like a big old boner looking thing the whole entire time too. It's just
it's
sickening.
So fucked up. Yeah, man. Like the subliminal shit that they were pounding, like, and we didn't even know.
Yeah, the rest, like it goes back to like the Rescuers in the late 80s. There was a scene, and you can find it. It got, and I didn't know that until like my last few years. But there's a scene where it's like they're falling or something, and then there's buildings in the background.
It's like a fake roller coaster. They're going on a thing.
Okay, and then all of a sudden in the background you see a naked lady in the window, and it goes like that. Like, dude, it's real quick, but it's why?
Yeah.
Dude, the 80s and 90s was a hotbed for that shit, and I realize it because I watched all those movies. Well, we were like raised by the TV, and I didn't notice any of that shit when I was a kid. But you go back and watch it now, and you're just like, oh my,
your brain
God.
did.
Yeah,
dude. Alice in Wonderland. Crazy, like all the stuff that, like, even like when the Q drops, we're talking about it and referencing, and you go back and you look at it now, it's like, oh my gosh, with all the trafficking thing, suggestions and the pedophile stuff going on in there, and it was just like, dude, it's sick, it's disgusting.
No, looking back at stuff is with a different lens is really bizarre now. The more you know.
Yeah, dude, it gets to the point when like you can't even watch it, dude. I can't watch it without opening my mouth or saying something like, or like, oh, look, oh, babe, look, look at that, look at
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
squirrel.
my wife, she's like, you ruined my childhood.
Yeah.
Like, you guys gotten that too? Yeah.
Oh, dude, oh, it's how, like you give me the dirty look. 'Cause the
You
kids
ruined my
are right
current
there.
life. You're not my childhood, my current life.
Yeah.
But you still see it every day. It's like,
Oh
my
yeah,
God,
her
another
too. I
one.
like had to tell her to. She's like, look at that symbol. Look at that symbol over. I'm like, babe. I'm like, yeah, it looks like it, but maybe they didn't know.
It's a stretch.
Yeah, maybe they didn't know.
You know what? I'm glad we could just have a good time today. I'm having a great time. I thought I was like, I got to drink during this because this is gonna be depressing and shit. But
No,
I hate talking
awesome,
about
man.
that shit, man.
Yeah,
but-
no.
But it has to be
best thing you
done.
can do is kind of laugh and make light of it because like it is the realities we're going through, but without a little laughter, you're gonna become one of those paranoid dudes that it's just like fucking,
Don't be that dude, man.
Yeah.
No,
You'll lose your mind.
And it's like
What do you
can't-
do? What kind of step? Because you're on it all the time, man. And what kind of things do you do to like kind of release? And because it gets overwhelming sometimes, man.
It
and you
does.
just talking about the negative all the time.
It really does. Luckily, my wife is like the polar opposite. Like, so like that's my outlet pretty much. And then
Same.
like, yeah, my job is on the beach too, so that helps.
Yeah.
So like going to work is like nice.
Are you a lifeguard or
No. Just manage like a beachfront property for
Baywatch?
Yeah, I get to ride a 4-wheeler around. So that's like the coolest outlet, man. I was like, fuck this. They're gonna pay me. Okay, this is cool.
Nice.
It is wild, like when you
have a job that you don't hate,
Yeah,
Yes,
that too.
That
too.
very much helps.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
you could
helps a
actually
lot.
be around normies and they don't piss you off.
And
to
be
the-
around cool people, you know.
Yeah, like,
That's been big the last few years for me mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think we've all worked jobs that we fucking despise and hate, and like, like,
Countless.
there's nothing worse. Like it eats you alive,
Mm-hmm.
So that's the key. So if anyone depressed out there, go find a job, even if it's for a little less money. That's like
That's what I did.
something you at least enjoy.
I make
Bingo.
considerably less money than I did.
Yeah.
A little over half, but I hated life. I was stressed. I argued with people all the time. I was an asshole in traffic because I had to get that's not
Yeah,
me
exactly,
at all
dude.
anymore,
It just
man.
brings out the
It's
worst in you.
Totally
Yeah.
different person now. Way better.
and you age like triple
Good for
speed.
you,
You
man.
know what I mean? Like you
Yeah,
look in the
the
mirror.
stress, dude. Stress kills you,
Oh,
man. Yeah,
It's-
absolutely.
It's the white in the beard.
It does.
man.
You'll see these people, you'll
Only
see people who treat their
41.
bodies like shit, but they have a stress-free life, and they'll outlive people who take care of
Oh, yeah.
themselves all the time.
Well,
but
yeah, like the
have
guy
a
goes
super
to the
stressful life.
dispensary, he's like 80 years old, but like he's got like the skin of like a 30-year-old. And he's like, dude, he's like, it's all the terps in the THC, man. I'm like, God bless you, dude.
Exactly. You're awesome.
Oh man.
Oh man.
So that's cool, man. Like you what are you up to now, follower wise?
Like 200, like 30 something. Yeah,
Not
it went
bad,
dude,
bro.
so
Oh
fast.
damn! I
dude,
didn't know that. I didn't know you had that many. That's
Dude, it went
that's
crazy.
solid work,
like,
bro.
It just, I don't know if like, I think I just got in at the right time when
No.
Elon was like, open
No,
the
no,
floodgates.
No.
Don't sell yourself short, man. See, this is what.
Yes.
This is exactly what I went through. I was like, okay, 60,000 followers in a year. It must have just been luck. You're putting out quality content. That's what it is. You're putting out things and you're putting them out in a way that people relate to them. That's what gains followers. Whether they love you or hate you, they know what you're saying and they're engaging it in some way. It wasn't luck.
Yeah.
It's your style. It's you. It's you being a real dude, putting you out. That makes all the
Well, I
difference.
appreciate that.
Yeah, no. You have to
For
accept
sure,
that.
dude.
Yeah, dude. You gotta accept
Very
it like that.
encapsulating stuff you put out, man, and question.
I try to make it as simple as possible. Like I was
Oh,
saying
yeah, you got
earlier, just so it's like, because people that, we have the attention of like a goldfish, like our just boom, 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 scroll. But if like you see a picture, I noticed pictures do like the best.
Yeah.
Like you just slap a picture up there and it's like undeniable. They're gonna be like, oh fuck, like, yeah, what is this? What is going on here?
Yeah, that's smart, man, because we all three of us talk about it a lot, and it's like we'll waste a lot of time. I wouldn't say waste a lot of time, but we spend a lot of time putting together like real long posts or threads or whatnot, and they never get the traction. And then you put up just a picture, and
it's unfortunate,
that's
man.
the one that blows up.
It's unfortunate, dude, and it sucks. Like, I wish it wasn't like that way, honestly. But
But look at the speed. Look at the speed of information we're up against now. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
look
that's
at
what it is. Yeah.
So you're putting out quality, not just quality stuff, but very informational. The depth of information can be there.
I try to thought provoke. Like
right, exactly. And then if people start going down and digging, you've done your job. If people are waking up, you've done your job, and they're clearly waking up, dude. I think it's at numbers that's another.
No, I'll look in the comments and like people will be like, dude, like you're not giving us enough information, and then like someone will comment underneath like,
here you go.
Like you're supposed to go fucking figure this out yourself. Yeah. And like,
or someone will go in there and be like, no, here you go, here's more on it, and then they start going. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you get
or that. But I love like seeing the other people like, hey, you need to go check this out yourself, because like that's the ultimate, I think.
Yeah. If you're getting pummeled with it enough, you're gonna do it. At some point, you're gonna be like, all right, I gotta see it. Especially when you see everybody else getting on board with this and they're exposing this. This Hollywood thing is
well, it's like a full court press
bad.
right now.
Put it in the words of Cappy. It's bad, man. It's real bad.
It's bad, dude. Yeah, exactly, man. But yeah, it's no longer subliminal. It's all boom in our face. Like,
yeah, what's with that? I feel like they're trying to make it.
Yeah, like the whole Taylor Swift being a freaking demon thing on stage. Everybody acting like it's cool. All these other, I don't know their names, all these younger rappers and stuff, they're just blatantly putting satanic shit out there. Like,
yeah,
they don't even care.
Yeah, the handlers are like, all right, open the floodgates. Let's go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're no longer really trying to hide it. They're trying to make it mainstream.
Right.
Which is kind of crazy. It's like
they are, and it's working, man. It's fucking working with the younger generations too.
Stuff. Like, this is all going to be normal shit to them, like that they're seeing.
That's why we got to preach God is real, man, because these younger generations are really buying into the Satanism shit, because our society has gotten so bad that I feel like it draws people to that, man, and they get pissed off at God. If they believe, or if they do or don't believe there's a God, they're like, well, how could he let them do this if there is a God? And I accidentally went to a Doja Cat concert, believe it or not. I don't even think I told you guys about this within the last 6 months.
Because you know what would happen if you did.
Well, I didn't even know who the hell it was, and after the fact, I kind of looked into it. But one of my good friends who I hadn't seen in a long time, he didn't really know who she was either. But he was like, dude, I got these free tickets to this Doja Cat concert. Let's go check it out. I was like, all right, man. So I get there, and it's like, I'd say the crowd was like 24 to like 13 was about the range.
Yeah.
And predominantly teenagers too, man. And they were just like worshiping this, and it was the most despicable, disgusting shit. Like, I didn't realize the level that these concerts and stuff were going to with the Satanism and everything. But basically the whole entire concert was an entire ode to Satan. I couldn't even believe it, dude. And I'm glad I went, but I felt like I was being cast under some sort of spell. And about halfway through, I was like, we got to get the fuck out of here, man. Like, this is not good vibes for us to be around. And we left like halfway in, but it was so sad to see that, like, and the lyrics are just disgusting. I'm not like a prude or anything, and I've listened to rap and all that shit, but these lyrics are just disgraceful, especially to know the power that she has influencing these kids, man.
Like,
yeah.
It's crazy. Like, the access is there for like these kids just to listen to this filth. And dude, do you guys buy into like the ley line theory?
I don't. I don't see anything disproving it. If you're talking about
right.
If you're talking about what I think you're talking about, I mean, I know what ley lines
Like the
are.
degrees and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like
like
the
how they
30
build
degrees.
up the loosh and they send it out through
Yes.
like the ley lines and stuff. I feel like if you can understand like that conspiracy, I hate that word, but like that theory, then you can understand like all these other like smaller events and like what they actually mean. Like the concert you were just talking about was like, it's like building up all that fucked up energy and then just releasing it out into the world.
Yes, it's for sure.
So yeah, I feel like if people can understand that, like that concept, they would understand a lot more of the other stuff they're seeing. Instead, because like, oh, you think that Taylor Swift's demonic? Like, why? Like, it's such a stupid opinion. And then you just go and have to show them like the symbolism and all that kind of stuff and how these. Yeah,
they don't want to see it though. They're not gonna. Like,
no, unfortunately,
you know what I mean.
I don't think she's a man, though.
They're like, she's
I'll go
just
on the
wearing
record.
a red
I don't
cloak.
think she's a man.
But
there is some other shit going on there for sure, guaranteed.
You just don't want to think she's a man because you used to have a crush on her. It's cool, man.
No way. No way. Not my type, like, dude. Not my type.
I don't go. That's one of the few that I'm like, I think it is a man.
Really? Yeah. I don't think it, man. You got to show me more. I need more evidence. I need like more evidence.
11-year-old boy, like.
This is true. This is true.
I know. I mean,
I see a lot of them out there like that. I don't know.
What do you think about all that,
man? Where's your proof?
I think the inversion
like the side by side with like the Anton LaVey's daughter.
Oh yeah,
Zena?
wild, dude.
Yeah, something's going on there. I'll agree
that's
with you.
what
There.
Like,
she's not a man.
Looking like somebody, but there's looking like somebody, and like that's a different level.
Yeah.
Like, and there's multiple pictures. It's not like it's just one cherry picked picture. There's a whole bunch of them that are just like you slap them side by side and like it's like whoa, they look like images, and we know that they love bloodlines and how to like control, keep the same bloodlines going and going and going, and they even said back in like that satanic panic era that like music was like their main way to infiltrate people.
Yeah.
That was like, that I think they had Geraldo Rivera's show. Have you ever seen like when he had like Anton LaVey or Michael Aquino on there and like Anton's daughter? Yeah, that was a bizarre.
Oh man, those 90s daytime like talk shows, they were woke. They were woke in a good way back then.
Yeah, dude.
Woke.
Crazy. Yeah.
They were on point.
Oprah talking about like satanic Jewish ritual abuses and
which
Montel, Donahue, they all were like, like you can't even talk about that shit. You can't even touch on the stuff they were talking about anymore.
Well, then it makes you think, well, what if they were all in on it as well? You know what I mean? Just like allegedly Oprah was, right? Like heavily into it, is.
The connections there are just undeniable. Yeah. How many do you need? Like, how many pedophiles can you be friends with?
Yeah, exactly.
That's true.
John of God, freaking what's his name? Weinstein. Who else? The list goes on and on.
Yeah, there is a long list of them. She's tied in with some really bad people.
Dude, what do you think of the Biden vid that came out with him talking about the roof? Had the right roof on it.
Oh man, he slipped up. He slipped up. Yeah, he slipped up. We've seen him slip up before.
So good.
Or maybe he didn't slip up. Right? You can't put that past him either.
True.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready to like paint my roof blue. Like
it can't hurt. It's not gonna hurt anything.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm about to like tattoo my skin blue.
It out. I'm just gonna say that.
I'm gonna get just like head to toe in Dodger gear and stuff. You know what I mean? And I hate LA.
Just get like a blue rain jacket, man, just in case.
Well, one of you guys, I think it was you, Rufus, that posted like was it like a picture of China with all the blue roofs?
Oh, it was Death, who's not here tonight.
That was Death. Okay, okay. I saw that right before I came on. I was like checking you guys out. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm like, that's so crazy. Like
you're like these crazy motherfuckers. Am I gonna back out or what? No.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to be prepared. It does not hurt to be prepared by any means.
Yes.
Just in case.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was because like how crazy is that, man? Like all that blue stuff got preserved.
Yeah,
Like,
that
what
I
the
mean,
fuck?
people can try to spin it any way they want. We see the pictures. Yes, the pictures could be cropped or not cropped, but like maybe there's other places that blue stuff did get destroyed and we don't know, and they're only showing the ones. But those
Yeah.
pictures are
They're just driving blue cars in there, and
they're pretty freaking defining of what happened, man. And even
Yeah.
besides the blue pictures, the pictures of the burnt houses, I've never seen burnt houses like that in my life ever.
Dude, in the instant, just like a freaking.
And they're like,
dude,
chalky
someone
and
sent me
white dust.
the other day I did a post about it the other day, and someone sent me like a petrified dog, like laying on the ground.
Seen that picture, dude? Yeah, dude. Like just scorched, like immediately, like a someone took like a
Mount Vesuvius.
Oh, who's doing it? Are the white hats burning everything?
Yeah,
that's what I said. If they're in charge, what the hell's going on?
Fire, man! Like
I had someone
just trust the plan, Bill.
The other day, try telling me that Sam Smith was a white hat. I had the same reaction, dude. I couldn't.
I think he said he was white and fat.
Yeah.
Was what he was actually trying to say.
He wears a white hat when he fucks dudes. That's what it is.
They're like, did you ever take the time to think that he's doing this to expose the evil? I'm like,
no,
I did not. I won't. I will not entertain that.
Maybe that's what John Cena's doing.
Yeah, dude, he's going undercover, taking cream pies to the face. Like, oh my god, dude, and like, this is all fact. Like, this is stuff that's happened in the last week. It's crazy.
Oh man, it's just getting started, gentlemen.
It all kicked off on Leap Day, bro.
Dude, the election stuff hasn't even started yet, dude. We haven't even heard nothing about the election.
That's just I don't even care about that anymore. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like it's all crap.
No,
but other people do. That's the thing, and it's gonna drive them fucking crazy.
I know it's gonna like draw me in all the like BS with it.
Dude,
you know
Biden's probably gonna win, and then it's gonna be pandemonium.
What do you guys think? I think it's gonna Gavin Newsom somehow is gonna be our president next. That's my guess.
If he is, I hope they bring in the assisted suicide like Canada did, because I'm going to be first in line.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
No, dude, just imagine if Biden won, though, dude. I mean, it would like shut our country down, I think. The Trump people are just so like enraged already. And they think it's gonna be like that 49er guy when he thought the 49ers was gonna win the Super Bowl, and then he went up and busted the shit out of his TV.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's gonna happen if Biden wins again, dude. I guarantee it.
Well, you know
people
say
will crack. Yeah. There'll be a sector.
Has to be something that sets it off. If it's true, if the Q thing's true and the military is going to come in and then all this stuff, something has to set it off, right?
Yeah, there has to be pandemonium in the streets.
What better way to do it than have a total repeat of 2020? I mean, I'm going to tell you what, it's already starting to look like one anyway. You know what I mean? It's the same Super Bowl, right? Same lineup for presidents.
It's a leap year.
All that stuff. So it's like, here we go again, and we already got like another, the disease X thing. So they're lining all this up. They're gonna try to take this again, right? So, I mean, maybe you just gotta push the people to the precipice, right? And then everybody gets pissed off. They start flooding the streets, and then here come the tanks, and they're either gonna be like, yay, or they're just gonna run us over and.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and then it's the real where he's gonna
re-education camps.
Then all the FEMA camps that were
Walmarts. I knew it the whole time, man. The Walmarts are set up.
Probably just a big honey.
What happened? Yeah, man. I was kind of excited. I wanted to see some rollback specials.
Yeah. You're like, I've always waited in lines to get out of Walmart. I can't wait to wait in line to get into one.
Dude, isn't it so sad when you have to go to a Walmart though?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
so
dude.
bad. Don't tell me any of you guys shop at Walmart. It's fucking
I'll buy
bad,
toys.
man.
I was in there a couple months ago, and like I told my wife, I'm like, we can't come in here anymore. Like,
That's lowering your vibes big time, man. You might not pay for the prices, but you pay with your soul when you shop at Walmart.
For sure. For sure, man. Yeah, but it's like that's the problem too, though. Is like there's just not enough sources of like being able to go buy from people you want to buy from.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know? Buy local. Everyone says buy local. You try to do as much as you can. It's just so damn expensive. They make it like impossible.
It's rough, dude.
Definitely.
But you got to do it as much as you can.
Depending on
That's
where
why you
live,
got that dude. Are you familiar with the Cancel Your Clothing Company guy?
No.
He's putting out, dude, these epic videos. You have got to check.
Wait
I think
till
he's
you
like
hear
the
what
best
he's
thing
getting
on
ready
the
to come out
internet,
with.
man. And he points out a lot of his stuff though is around like how you can still shop at the big box stores and get the locally made. It might not be local to your area, but it's like not the big mega corporations.
Sure.
And that's about half of his stuff, but the other stuff is like deep dives into corruption.
I'll tell you the one conspiracy that, or whatever you want to call it. I hate that word, but the one thing that I learned recently that was fucking with me is like, I don't know about this shirt, but like those dry fit shirts, like everything puts a frequency out.
Yes, I heard about that recently too.
Dry fits have a frequency of like an 80-year-old dying person.
Yeah.
What? Yes. Like the moisture wicking stuff.
Yes.
Right?
Like,
yes.
Yeah, and like linen or like cotton, like 100% has like the frequency of like somebody in the prime of their life.
Dude, no joke. I just went out and switched all my underwear to cotton underwear.
Yeah, I had
just for that reason.
Freaking dry fit ones. And I've been thinking about it for like 2 weeks. This is the only paranoid I've gotten. I'm like, you know what?
That's interesting because when I wear a dry fit shirt, I never feel comfortable in it. I'm always like,
you know what? I feel like a freaking old man when I'm in one, and I'm just like slipping on the couch, like.
If you got chest hair like me, it looks like hamburger meat all curdled up when you got it on, dude. You know what I'm talking about?
Like, no.
In the seriousness with that, though, it says in the Bible about not mixing linens, not mixing cotton with linen, and not mixing these things because the frequencies, literally, if you mix them, it messes with your body. You're supposed to wear all cotton or all linen. It's all there. And also, if you don't know, I really feel like you would enjoy Matt Rife Technology. He puts out a lot of awesome stuff. And he does those frequency machines, but he's working on a lot of other big stuff that's coming out soon. So you might want to check it out.
You mentioned him. I was just talking with him.
Nice.
He's awesome.
Gonna have him come on one of my shows, and he's coming to my area for a convention that he's doing, like where he's gonna be speaking. He's like, dude, you got to come. I'm like, all right, I'm down. I want to see this stuff in real time. But
he sent my cousin a machine because she has cancer. I asked him, I DM'd him and asked him because I knew he knew about clinical trials. She's only 38, has end stage cancer, and he's like, one will be mailed out tomorrow. I was like, wow, dude. And like 3-4 days later, she got it. She's completely off her pain meds now. Within the last few weeks, she was taking 6 a day. She takes 0 now.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say what it's doing for her cancer yet because she hasn't been back to the doctor. But for her quality of life, absolutely.
It's improving it.
Absolutely. She's taking walks with her kids again. She's off the meds. It's ridiculous how quick it works.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah, no, I got a lot of questions for him, especially after I saw that video about the clothing and shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude, we had him on for 2 hours, and I have more questions now than before we even started.
How does this machine work? Do you have to hold on to it or something?
No, you set it up in the room and you just sit there. You just sit. You set it up. The bigger ones have a different. They make pocket ones. He makes ones for like truckers that sit in a truck. But like he sent my cousin the gold one, and then there's only one bigger than that, the royal one. But you just sit it up in the room, and there's an app you download, and there's like 4,000 different settings that are for weight loss, for pain, for this, for that, and you just pick one and you sit there. It tells you how long, and it goes through the cycle, and that's it. You could have it running
so
right
dope.
now in your room while you were doing this.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I hear you can feel the vibration. I don't have one personally yet.
Yeah.
But I hear you can feel the vibrations like passing through your body, kind of like when you listen to like those frequency tones.
Yeah.
The different
Yeah,
hertz.
yeah.
You can feel it like kind of going through your body. Well, it's kind of the same deal, only like tenfold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
No, I remember I saw some video. I don't know anything about it, but I saw some videos about like the Chinese were like using bells to like heal people. There had like these like healing gardens where it's like all like bells and stuff.
That's why they melted down all the bells around the world wars. They claimed
Right?
it was for
So I heard about that
ammunition, but it
conspiracy.
wasn't.
That's yeah, dude. That's why I gotta educate myself on that stuff.
So I mean, obviously look into Tartaria. That's a big one if you haven't already.
No, I haven't.
A lot of the
Oh, yeah,
destruction of the old world. I mean, there's buildings with fucking windows.
Well, yeah.
There's no coincidence. There's no
technology
coincidence
stuff,
that this is
yeah.
all
Yes,
coming
old
out at the
technology,
same
yes.
time
Yeah,
to us,
okay.
man. The Great
Dude,
Awakening is real, whatever
It is
that
real.
is.
Right,
It's
yeah.
real. for
CIA,
sure.
NSA contractor guy thinks that all the old technologies underneath the Getty. He
Yeah.
thinks they moved it from the Vatican to the Getty at like some point in like in the last 30 years.
What is the
Yeah.
Getty?
It's
the
a
Getty?
museum. It's a
Getty Museum.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not
It's
familiar
one of
with
like
that.
it's like a privately owned museum too, and it's like it's really bizarre. Like if you see like the parallels that it lays on and the way you have to get there, you have to take like a shuttle to get all the way there. You can't drive your car to it. It's and it's like encased in like this crazy marble that's like costs so much ridiculous amount of some money, and it's absolutely huge. But it's just really bizarre. And
Yeah, I guess they got tunnels, right? Like they got tunnels going to the Playboy Mansion. There's tunnels going. Yeah, there's like it's in Cali, right? I believe it is California.
It's in LA, yep. And yeah, there's it connects to a whole bunch of different houses to a bunch of prominent names, and all those houses like it's like me or you, even if we like made $1 billion, like they still wouldn't sell it to us, like it always you can go back in time and see how it's like staying in like sort of the bloodline or like celebrity bloodline. Yeah, but he was telling me when you do see them filled up, he's like he noticed he knew a couple houses that had the tunnels, and somebody else must have bought them, and he's like right before they got them, they were filling the swimming pool ups with concrete. He's like that was like the sign that that was his big tell
that they're closing.
Interesting guy. You gotta, in order to really get down with that, dude, you gotta really expand your, like.
Oh, dude,
I'll
be
open
to anything.
Be open to shit. Yeah, that's what the word I was looking for. Yeah.
From what I came from, a normie who was atheist who thought that science was completely right and all that, to what I am now, there's nothing I won't listen to with respect. I'll tell you if I think it's crazy, but I'll listen to it because a lot of the stuff I think now, if I heard before, I would have told somebody they were batshit crazy. Like, you're an idiot.
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous. So
that's kind of how we run our show too. We just kind of listen to people's stories and their conversations, and we might maybe get a little challenge, really not, and we just want to hear about it. And then
I would challenge
just
somebody,
like you said earlier, you need to go and look into that shit for yourself.
I would challenge somebody if I knew something they said was patently false. Other than that,
yes,
right.
I don't know. You're the expert.
Yeah,
you tell me,
Yeah,
like just I don't believe space is real and the planets are real and all that. But if someone's telling me they got abducted by an alien, well, it doesn't necessarily mean that they came from outer space.
Yeah.
So hey,
our very first.
I believe there's right exactly, and I just think I gotta have an open mind, man. Like I myself have never been abducted, but there's hundreds of thousands of people out there that have stories that correlate, and they're saying they've been abducted by these beings, and they had tests. Maybe they weren't beings. Maybe it was the government. You know what I mean? That was just scooping these people up and running tests on them and doing all this.
We know they did that. I mean, I forget the operation, but where they were dosing everyone with LSD when they went to go see the hookers.
Yeah, Montauk and stuff like that.
Yeah. So obviously, if they were doing it back then, imagine the scale they're doing it now. You know, it's got to be
with
wild.
the technology that we have now as well. You know,
Yeah, they're not even using
I mean,
drugs
dude,
anymore. They're using frequencies and shit. You're just like,
frequency, yeah,
I think that's what the 5G is all
directed
about, man.
energy
That makes me
weapons.
really nervous. I just and they make them look like so demonic looking too. When you
Just
see
these
them, you're just
black
like that
holes,
thing. You
like-
just like have a sense that thing looks evil. You know?
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, they're very bizarre, dude. Yeah, very, very bizarre.
That's why they have to start making them look like trees and stuff. You know. So when the people start realizing they can't like find all of them.
But yeah, they do look freaking demonic, dude. They're just like these little, big ass black poles, like eyesores.
Yeah.
That you can't miss.
Look at
It's kind of like that AI art. You know, I feel like there's something demonic to that. Whenever I look at that, I feel like it's like stealing my soul.
Dude, some of the like you ever seen the ones that they make commercials from and stuff like that? They're all just crazy looking.
Dude, I
like,
feel it, man. I can literally
going back
feel
together
it.
and like it's just like something way off with it, dude. I get that uneasy feeling
The
as well.
shadows and stuff. It's just there's something to it, man. They're fucking with us.
Well, you heard about the kid was talking to him, right? Like the kid was talking to an AI thing and it was talking about the Bible and stuff and saying, are you God or whatever? Like I am, but not the God I think I am.
There's
and this,
that
like it was just.
Yeah, I did not hear that. No.
You didn't hear about that? Oh, it's out there. There's a video out there somewhere. I can't remember the name of it, but if I'll set it your way or something like that. It's pretty wild, dude. This dad's telling a story about his kid, and his kid was sitting there having a conversation with Chat GPT or GPT or something like that. And it was just talking about God, and it was answering his questions, and it was telling him that like where does God come from and this and that. And he's like, but basically saying, that I'm not the one you think I am, but I am God. I am a God. You are a God. And it's creepy. Yeah, dude. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, like we were saying earlier, AI needs to slow down. We need to pump the brakes on that shit.
Dude, Elon's putting it in people's fucking brains now, so we're good there. He's pumping the brakes
like,
for sure.
Is he?
I know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think
that
Elon
is bullshit. Yeah.
I wouldn't be having this conversation here today without if Elon didn't exist. Like I wouldn't know you guys. You know what I mean? We both we'd all be banned from the internet still.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be a different Elon, maybe.
But
it's Steve. It'd be a Steve.
But anyone, like you said, who's trying to put that chip in your brain, like that's like some Antichrist shit. Like
yes,
like
man.
cyborgs, man. Like
well, you go to a museum and you see these beautiful works of art that were done by a human, and it can invoke so many emotions and so much happiness or sadness or pretty much any emotion you think. But that AI art, when you look at it, the only emotion I see is just like it's just evil.
Ones and zeros.
There's the fucking conspiracy theory that okay, so I mean it's multifaceted. Like I don't know if you know who allegedly Dave is, but he's awesome. But he thinks because you know how we call our movie stars, and the stars, the 33 stars that from Paramount, the fallen angels that fell. He has a theory that Nephilim, the fallen angels, their spirits reside in these stars that we call them. And then I've heard other people talk about how they need a body to be in all these fallen angels, but now they're using AI instead, and they're able to upload their consciousness into this AI, and these AIs are actually fallen angels who are trying to get. So when you said that thing about God, I was like, oh, fuck, man. Maybe it is. I mean, I don't know. Again, I have no clue. I can't
know that.
it, but it's some weird shit, man. There's definitely something not otherworldly, but something beyond what we know of our world going on in 2024, for sure.
And we all agree that there's definitely a spiritual warfare at hand right here, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
We are in the middle of it, and it is at least presenting itself in its fullness now more than ever. That I feel it and see it, and
that's I think we're all kind of doing with our microphones that we have on X or here on your platform is just make people aware of that. Yeah, that's the best thing you can do.
Just open up their eyes to looking at stuff differently. You make your own conclusions.
Yeah, you can only save yourself. You can't really.
Right.
Yes, it's within everyone. They got to save themselves, man.
Yeah.
Free will's a son of a bitch.
Yes, exactly.
Since we got on the topic about Elon and how obviously none of this would be possible without Elon, did you know about the deal with the founder of NASA and Werner von Braun from the 50s, where he wrote a science fiction novel talking about
Journey to
how
Mars.
Elon, Journey to Mars. And it talked about how Elon was going to be the one who took us to Mars in the 50s.
Fuck.
And so how did this NASA founder, who is an expat Nazi,
I knew that
came
part.
to run the NASA program, wrote a science fiction novel, and Elon was going to take us to Mars. This is 100% fact. You can go look at.
Not only that, if you
now.
look at the rocket on the cover of the book of Journey to Mars, it looks almost exactly like the SpaceX rockets, except it's a little more pointy. And there's literally a video.
Not as dick-like.
There's a video clip of Elon saying, like, "I love the rocket, but I wish it was a little more pointy." Come on, dude. Come on, man.
That is crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't hear that one.
And
but
the same dude who he's talking about, Werner von Braun, is also the guy who he said is the founder of NASA, who has Psalms 19:11 on his headstone. And Psalms 19:11 is the firmament declare the glory of God, or the sky declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Why does the founder of NASA have something about the firmament on his headstone?
Huh. Wow.
It's weird.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, no, those are conspiracies I haven't, unfortunately, had the time to dive into.
If you ever got a minute, we'll
That's
happily
what you guys
take
are here
down.
for.
Yeah.
We both learn stuff from each other. Every time our goal is to learn something, and hopefully they learn something from us.
Now, I wanted to ask you guys before I left was what kind of ammunition can you send me with for about the flat Earth? Because like I
got plenty.
Like I said, a lot of these ones I haven't had time to really dissect it and go like into it hard.
Good one.
Yeah.
But
if you had to pick one,
it just seems so logical to me because it's just like, all right, you can see the sun and the moon at the same time. Water's not like flipping over.
Yeah.
The airplane thing doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
Helicopters,
those were just an observant. I'm like, okay, I would.
Yeah. I don't like bombarding people, but I'll send you some stuff. I'll send you a few things. Maybe once you start up your show, we'll come on and talk about it too. But
there you go. That's a good place to start those things like that with the Elon thing. At least it's like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then you start looking at the space program and you're like, the stuff that they put out, man, no one really actually looks at it except for the real nerdy type. Nothing wrong with those guys. But if you really start to look into it, you're like, oh man, this is bad.
Just so I know what to send you.
Really bad.
If you had to, and I'm not saying you're holding to this,
sure,
but if you had to decide, like, the one thing that makes you believe that we could live on a globe, what's the one thing that makes you kind of think that it's legit?
There isn't. There isn't, dude. My wife.
So we'll go from there.
Yeah, like what proof did they give you?
Get home with this. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna do podcast. You got to look professional in the background." Like, right over there, and I'm like, "Do you know who I'm about to go on and talk to?"
Bunch of fucking flat Earth crazy dudes.
I'm like, I can't wait to blow her mind with the shit you guys send me. But no, when I do have the show, I want it's awesome to dedicate a whole episode, have you guys come on and just drop your knowledge about it.
Be awesome.
That would be like,
that would be the best. Let's save it for that, man. That would be great.
Yeah, we'll save it for that, and we'll do it this month if you guys are down for it. If it works out time wise.
Let's do it.
Anytime you want. I'll still send you a couple things.
We can kind of take questions and shit.
Fuck yes.
Well, we're doing it live, so yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yes, we would love to. That'll give us some live practice too, because we want to eventually move towards on the platform too on X. Yeah. But we're just kind of getting our wit about us still, and
same here.
None of us, we're all new to podcasting, so we're just kind of learning,
Same, man.
Yeah, and
So,
obviously,
That's
I
a cool dude to
that'll be a
talk
lot
to,
of
though.
fun.
I'm sure you know bigger people, but if you have any questions about the recording and shit like that, feel free to reach out at any time. We took a crash course from somebody, so I have no problem helping anybody else out if you need help.
Yeah, man.
No, awesome. I appreciate
But
that.
if you
very
want
much.
like a lot of views, you should probably grab someone else.
He gets views on his
No,
own,
man,
dude. He doesn't need us.
no,
In
you guys
your
don't
honor,
have-
we're gonna. I want Death to fade us out with brackets and jackets. It's got to happen, dude. I can use some brackets and jackets. You know
Hell
what I
yeah,
mean?
absolutely.
So, yes, sir, Dave. It's been incredibly awesome.
Yeah,
you're a real
this
down
is
to earth.
awesome, guys.
Thanks for
like I
everything you
said,
do, man. I love it. Keep kicking
Likewise,
ass.
I love your guys' pages. I learn a lot from you guys because it's not the same kind of material we're posting about. So
Which
like,
is good, but we're all doing the same thing.
yes,
Just
exactly.
trying to open people's eyes, man.
Mhm.
Sure, man.
So thank you so
absolutely.
much. Death faded out with brackets and jackets, right? Boom. So
Sir.
yeah, we'll talk
Boom.
soon. Hit us up. We'll happily come on. Anything you need, let us know.
Thanks,
Yeah, man.
guys. You guys are the best. God
Yeah.
bless.
You too, brother.
You too,
All right,
man.
God bless.
Thank you.
Guys, later.
That's right. It's brackets and jackets. Bringing it back for brackets and jackets. Special Epstein Island edition. That's right, folks. Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, the man with the island, which is suspiciously close to Haiti. That's right. You see, this man, Jeffrey Epstein, is funding lots of people. He's funding lots of people on the street to make sure his shit doesn't get out. That's right. They want the record sealed. And they're paying a lot of people. Epstein's paying a lot of people. Oh boy. For one, he's got a whole Mossad media matrix in America. And I would bet you anything that Alex Jones is one of them. Prove me wrong. That's right, Cappy's in the portal. Cappy's in the portal. Cappy's in the building with songs about Epstein. It's Breakfast Jackets Epstein edition. Guys, I had some epiphanies today. I had some real big epiphanies about some guys. A big network of guys and spies and lies and liars. Alright, think about this for a minute, okay? The guy in Portland, the scientist that just got busted for producing CP, that guy is 1 degree of separation away from Epstein. Epstein, the investor that lives in West Palm Beach, Florida. I know a guy who lives in West Palm Beach, Florida as well. Investor as well. Also involved as well. And all is not well with these guys. The Florida boys, the Glow boys, the Scott Israels of the world. You see, Epstein is Hillary Clinton. And Epstein is Haiti. And Epstein is a big network of media assets. By the way, did you know that Steve Bannon was going to that guy for money? Also, Epstein is Epstein Oprah. Epstein is Chris Tucker. You remember him. Epstein is also Kevin Spacey. Epstein is also Prince Andrew. Epstein is also... Who else is Epstein? Who else is Epstein? Tell me. You guys know? Who else is Epstein? Is Epstein Big Pharma? Is Epstein Bryan Singer? Is Epstein Naomi Campbell? Yep, all of the above. All of the above. Who is Epstein? Epstein is the keystone of a whole motherfucking matrix. And once you pull it out, it all falls down. Dersh was there too. That's right, we're dropping red pills every day. Dropping red pills in the best best kind of way. This is brackets and jackets for the denizens